Joe was an industrial archaeologist. He went to check out an abandoned factory in a remote area. He climbed up a long chimney using an old rotten ladder that was hanging around. But when he reached the top, the ladder fell. Now, Joe could yell for someone to come help him, or he could use old pieces of the ladder. He could also knock down the bricks one by one to get down. What should he choose? Well, let's see. Yelling for help won't do him any good since he was in a remote area and there was no one around to hear him. The ladder was way too broken, so that's a no-go. That's why he chose the last option. He knocked out the bricks row by row, eventually dismantling the chimney. Genius. Rachel met two interesting guys at the same party. They both claimed to be polar explorers and were trying hard to impress her. Bob took out his cell phone and showed Rachel a picture of a whalebone. He said he saw a beautiful whale last time he was in the Arctic and wanted to give her the whalebone. Patrick told her that once, during New Year's Eve, he was freezing cold and wanted to start a fire, so he unscrewed the lens of his binoculars, tore out pages from his field journal and started a fire. Rachel was smart and she immediately figured out who was lying to her. Can you figure it out too? Patrick was the liar. It's impossible to start a fire from sunlight on New Year's Eve in the Arctic. The sun disappears from October to March, causing something called the polar night. Rachel knew this, so she knew he was lying. It was finally Kim's wedding day. She booked the most expensive hotel in her town. Hundreds of guests flew in from different parts of the country. Everything was perfect. An hour before the ceremony, one of the guests called the receptionist saying that her multi-million-dollar necklace had been stolen. She left the room early to go to the pool, and when she came back, the necklace was gone. The police arrived quickly and said that the thief was probably still at the hotel. So they lined up all the guests and hotel staff to figure out who had stolen the necklace. After talking to everyone, they narrowed it down to 3 suspects. Brenda, one of the maids, said she was cleaning the bridal suite all morning. Roberta, the receptionist, said she didn't leave her desk all morning since she was greeting the arriving guests. Claire, the waitress, said she was serving drinks by the pool during the morning. Take a look at the image. Can you figure out who is the culprit? If you look closely, you'll see that there's something weird about the waitress. She isn't looking directly at her customer in the eye. Plus, take a look at the string from the tea bag. It's not really a string, it's the necklace's chain. She must have seen the guest at the pool and pulled off the robbery. It's Emma's first week at her new IT job in San Francisco. She got so caught up during the onboarding that she almost missed lunch. By the time she went down to the cafeteria, there weren't many options left. Take a look at the picture. What's Emma's safest choice? The burger looks nice, but there's a lipstick stain on the bun, so that's a no. The apple pie is steaming, but it looks like it's been microwaved dozens of times and it's about to go bad. Her safest choice is probably the frozen pizza. They defrost it on the spot. Hey, at least she won't get food poisoning. Serena swiped left on a cute guy named Jonathan, and they set up to meet for dinner in New York City. Serena arrived at the restaurant, but there were 3 different men sitting alone. Take a look at the image. Can you figure out which one of them is Jonathan? The guy on the first table is probably not alone, since there's a purse hanging on the chair in front of him. His date is probably just in the bathroom. The second guy is probably at a business meeting, since you can see someone left their blazer on the table. It's the third guy. Plus, if you look closely, he's wearing a necklace with a J on it. To get out of an AI-simulated reality, Eddie has to ace this evil AI's tests. For his first challenge, he's taken to a restaurant where a waitress shows him 4 glasses. Each glass is filled with the same liquid water and has an object inside of it. The first cup has a paperclip inside it. The second has a pen, and the third glass has a phone. The waitress asks Eddie which glass has more water than the rest. Can you figure out the correct answer? The paperclip weighs almost nothing, while the other objects are way heavier. This means that there's probably less water inside the other glasses. He should pick the first cup. To sweeten things up, this crazy AI creates a virtual baking competition that Eddie has to win. There were 3 judges, and they each told Eddie what their favorite cake was. The first judge expressed his love for chocolate pies. Judge number 2 said he loved berry pies more than anything in the world. And Judge 3 said he was fond of pecan pies. To win, Eddie has to figure out which one of them wasn't telling the truth. Can you figure out who it was? It was judge number 2. Do you see the chocolate stains and pie crumbles on the second judge's shirt? That could only mean he was enjoying a slice of chocolate pie before arriving at the competition venue. Eddie was doing a great job beating the AI on his own game. For his final challenge, the AI took Eddie to a wedding venue, except that he was the groom. He needed to figure out which one of the women he was getting married to. Take a look at the image. Who is his bride? The first one looks like she has a commitment ring on, so it can't be her. The second one has half a heart tattooed on her ankle with 2 initials. She's probably committed as well. This leaves Eddie the last woman, and she's the bride. Claudia's boss asked her to pick up his car at the repair shop and get it back to the company's headquarters by lunchtime. Her boss was a tough man, and she didn't want to disappoint him, so she wanted to plan ahead to take the quickest route. Google Maps is showing her 3 different ways leading to the city center. Take a look at the image. Can you help her figure out which one is the best road to take? The first road has a lot of stop signs, so that's probably going to take her a long time. If you look closely, the second road went out of the city, but it had quite a few mud puddles along the way. That's not good if you're looking for speed. The best was probably the third road. It had just 1 roundabout, but is probably the fastest option. Jake is a young new musician, and he sent one of his original songs to a producer. But the producer was trying to pull a fast one on him. He wanted to release the song without giving Jake any credits. So Jake asked a friend to hack into the producer's PC. When he accessed his IP, a strange code appeared. Jake and his friend needed to decipher the code in order to break in. Take a look at the image. Can you figure out what the code stands for? It's way simpler than you might think. The answer is 1346172. You just needed to pay close attention and see that all the numbers were shown with their mirror reflections. Easy peasy. That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.